gonna open this up with a random comment. My mouse, for some reason, I have to go like go again to move it like 2 inches. The computer, it's decided that it's like it doesn't want to move very far. So hold on, I'm gonna
You know what you probably need? If you probably need to clean the rolly ball and the sensors on the rolly ball. So
No, the little thing inside.
Yeah, if you'll just get a paper clip, you'll have to scrape the little roller and move it and scrape it.
Man, I miss doing that.
4, 5. I had to move it 4 times to get it to go across the screen.
You know, if you right click on your desktop, you can change your mouse speed, right?
That's just your speed of it traveling. It doesn't change the distance it travels. It's just how fast it animates it. It's so terrible.
You Windows people.
Dave's got Apple. Dave's got a Mac. All he's got to do is think about it, and the cursor moves across the screen. He doesn't move anymore.
I'm gonna show this. I was already here. I was gonna show this story anyway, but let's see. Here we go. I'll just put it on this one. I was gonna show this story anyway. Let's see if I can get Look, can you see my mouse? Look, that's 6 inches. That's 6 inches. It's I'm moving it across my entire mouse pad.
That is a RAM leak issue.
I think
you have memory
battery.
leak, dude.
No, I think it's a bad battery. All right.
Maybe.
We'll see. All right. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hello.
We had actually quite a bit of like things happen in the last 24 hours. Not that they necessarily matter to us, but Daniel Penny was acquitted. The jury finally was like, nope. And not declared not guilty, acquitted, which the only reason I know the difference is because of Addams Family from 1993. Do you remember the Addams Family movie?
Yeah, I remember the movie. Raul Julia.
Yeah. And they were like, you've been convicted of murder or something like that. And he just grinned and said, acquitted.
So get me up to date. Let me give you what I know. This dude Daniel Penny was a former Marine. You don't say ex-Marine, you say former Marine.
Yeah,
they get mad.
Once Marine, always Marine.
Once Marine, always Marine. Yep.
Yeah, he was a former Marine that was on the subway, and this other guy was, from my knowledge, was acting erratically towards other passengers and threatening other passengers. I think from what I remember, I thought he was threatening these other passengers, like, I'm going to kill you, or I'm going to kill, he said something about that word.
Yeah, he was acting, he was acting crazy.
And Daniel Penny grabbed this guy and restrained him, and the guy ended up dying.
Like, stop attacking people and threatening people. And then no, he restrained.
It was a chokehold.
He went under. He put him to sleep with a chokehold. He put him in a recovery position, and the man that died was still alive and breathing, but then had, I think, then he subsequently died. But I think he had like heart issue, or I don't know. Like there was.
Was it one of those instances when we get the autopsy back, like it was with old what's his name, that he was full of 19 different types of drugs?
You're referencing George Floyd.
I wasn't gonna say his name, but but I mean, I don't know. This is what I know about that, and from what I know is that this guy was trying to protect the other people on the train and himself.
Yeah. Yes. There's no mention of drugs in this article that I have available, and maybe there's some other toxicology report, maybe not. I don't know if that's public or not. What we do know is that Daniel Penny was found not guilty, at least according to Breitbart. I thought it was acquittal. Maybe that's the same thing. Is that the same thing, Dave?
Yeah, you're acquitted. You're not guilty.
Okay. Daniel Penny found not guilty in the New York City subway chokehold case. He Penny, who's 26 years old, pleaded not guilty to the charges of second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. The judge dismissed the second-degree manslaughter charge against Penny on Friday after jurors said they could not come to a unanimous decision. Penny's lawyer said he was protecting himself and other passengers from a volatile, mentally ill man who was making alarming remarks and gestures. The defense also disputed the medical examiner's finding that the chokehold killed Neely. Prosecutor said Penny reacted far too forcefully to someone who he perceived as a peril, not a person. The jury panel could only consider the negligent homicide charge if Penny was cleared of manslaughter, which is what the dismissal did. So the judge was like, if you consider him guilty of manslaughter, you can't consider negligent homicide. And we want you, the judge, the impartial judge, want you to convict him and put this white man in jail. So they dismissed the lesser charge so they could have the jury consider the greater charge. And then the jury said, nah.
Good for the jury.
Yeah, right. Honestly,
good for however many people. If it was 1 or 6, good for them.
So it wasn't unanimous, was it?
No.
Well, they said they could not come to a unanimous decision on the one charge, so they definitely were a hung jury on the lesser charge. And I don't know I guess we don't know what the vote is. Well, do they have to say? Do they have to unanimously say not guilty if it's not guilty?
If you're looking at I think a felony charge has to be a unanimous vote.
Yeah.
And I could be mistaken on that, but when you get to a trial, they are. Hold on.
Oh wow!
Hey, negligent. Thanks for the comment, redheaded. I can't read. I'm old. He was on Spice and had an underlying health problem.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't have the a story with a citation of that pulled up, but my understanding was that dude was. I mean, look, he was a mentally ill street dude. That's a strong bet that he had some narcotics.
And health problems.
And health problems.
Once you get over 40, you have health problems. Period.
I don't know that. I don't know that Neely was that old. I think Neely was relatively young as well. Yeah.
Well, so I'm trying to put myself. I'm trying to step outside because we weren't there, and me and you've been on the New York subway like twice. When we went up there, we were on it twice, and both times I was like,
I'm going to interrupt this
hole and looking around everywhere.
I'm going to interrupt this very important story to complain about the subway ticketing system because, I put like $10 on that card, and then all of a sudden it was fucking empty, and then I had to do it again, and I got overcharged at the subway.
Trying to get JJ's stupid subway card.
Forgot about that entirely. Okay, go.
So I'm trying to. I try to do this more often. I've always done this, but I try to do it more often now. And we all need to do this. Step outside and put yourself truly in those other people's shoes and situations. So if I was one of the other passengers in this mentally ill guy, what about these other people in this subway that cannot defend themselves? Old people or kids or something like that. Women. There's a majority of the people on the subway probably cannot defend themselves from a crazy person and are in fear. And you've got one guy who was literally trained to do stuff like this. A Marine's whole job is to kill. Let God sort them out.
Well, we train boys, we train men, and we used to. I don't know anymore. Now we train them to put on dresses, but we used to train men to step into the breach and defend those that can't defend themselves, protect people. Mm-hmm. And you definitely learn that in the Marines to engage a situation and prevent it from getting worse. And I honestly don't. I mean, like, what what are the alternate scenarios that he could have done? Just ignored,
Right.
done like every other New Yorker and just ignored the problem.
Right. Okay. So there's one done like every other person and ignored the problem. And what would have
Right.
had? What could the potential outcome from that been?
Crapshoot.
Somebody
It's
could
a
have died.
crapshoot.
Some
Neely
guys,
could have assaulted a woman, or Neely, or
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 nothing
nothing
could have
could have
happened at
happened,
all, and he could have
or
got off the subway, and
Neely could have just collapsed and died anyway.
or he could have collapsed and died anyway, right there in front of everybody.
Yeah,
Like
Or
if the
two,
dude has legit heart things, the situation could really have brought on a heart thing. But this is also I don't think Neely was, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a
no, none of
police
us would be.
officer. I don't, as a citizen, I see this go down. Dude is threatening people, and he restrains him. He did not deck him. He didn't. I was called in on a situation where a guy was punched and died.
Ooh.
Died from a punch, and
Yep.
that's
Oh.
that's a little different situation. Now the guy was he was acquitted, not guilty, with a self-defense type situation. But here, it's not self-defense, right?
Look, people are very fragile. You can like walk. You
Yeah,
can
yeah, we
honestly
are.
walk up to somebody on the street and just push them over, and they bounce their head on concrete and they die.
Boom.
Was that a line from Stargate? Humans are fragile, but very easy to fix. The creature that had taken. I can't
Can I
remember
get
the
you
movie
to
now.
give me a sound clip for tomorrow for like sirens and a like nerd alert or something like that? Like a massive like red alert.
You know, you
Nerd.
watched Stargate. That was a phenomenal movie.
It was.
Dude, I took
It was good.
that
Oh,
was
the
my
movie.
date
I thought you were
movie.
talking about the TV show.
Oh no, the
No,
TV
no,
show
the
is
movie.
excellent as well.
I didn't watch
Yeah.
it.
For
I
that
took a
era.
lot of girls on dates to see
Wait.
Stargate.
I really
Am
like
I,
episode 2 of season 4 where they. No, sorry.
Which one?
Which
Which series of Stargate?
So okay, so I mean, I was raised in a small rural area, and I was raised with the values to help people, even if you don't know them. Just this morning, this car in the dark come up on me. You know, we were coming around this flyover, getting onto this road to go into
Right.
Calvert City, and it had been following me 3 or 4 car lengths back, and it got right on my tail, really close, and then it zipped around me real quick. And my first instinct is to get mad. Arrgh! And I'm trying to stop that first instinct by not getting mad anymore. I'm trying to stop myself, and I've been doing a good job. And when he zipped around me and got in front of me, I thought, well, he must be in a hurry for something. He must be late. His passenger side tail light was out. The brake light wasn't out, but the tail light was out. So when we got beside each other at the stoplight, I, honked my horn and did this and rolled down the window. I was like, hey man, your tail light's out. He's like, oh, thank you very much. And it's just little bitty things like that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you just saved that guy $284.
I know.
And I'm gonna tell you why I know
over.
that.
You see him look to the right to make sure Cassie's not watching. Uh-oh.
This is episode what now?
When we went on our
Episode the
Thanksgiving
last.
trip, I drove
the last.
Let's make sure my wife isn't on here right now. We drove for 5 hours to get to DFW. I drove 5 hours. I drove 85 miles an hour on the highway or whatever. Drive through town, and it's 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours of driving. It's a lot of stress. We get up there. I unpack the car, and my wife's like, "I'm gonna take the car and go see my friend." Okay. 5 minutes later, she calls me. I've been pulled over. She got a ticket for a tail light being out of my car. And that was what got her attention. And then she was also speeding. So I hope she's not on here.
You're so toast, man.
I know.
Well, it was good talking to you guys. It's been a good 5 or 6 years.
What I mean is good on you for. Oh, it's Joey. Thank God. So what I mean to say is good on you for saving your fellow human $280. Telling me to
Well, it It was only 150 for the
Yeah.
wait, it depends on how fast she was going, because that should not have been that much.
15 over.
Yeah, and then there's court
Yeah.
costs. I mean, if you want to get down to audit this thing all the way down there, so I mean, if you only want to pay for the ticket, the price of a bulb is like $20, $15 at AutoZone.
All right, so the other big news is that not only has Daniel Perry been acquitted, not guilty, we also have solved the incredible mystery of who killed the United Healthcare CEO. The authorities were completely perplexed for like no days whatsoever.
Wait, just real quick before you get into this, I wanted to add to that to the other story before we got off of it. There was a couple of things that I wanted to add. Number one, there's videos of the BLM leaders out on the after the judgment of Daniel Perry, and this is 24 seconds long. And I'm going to
you
play.
guys, hold on. Let me unshare so it doesn't jam up.
Moderate.
Okay, I already did my job today, sir.
Yeah, I already feel the moderation in my veins.
They didn't even try. Once the lesser charge was removed, they came back an hour later and said it was deadlock. Less than an hour and 20 minutes later, they said not guilty. These wonderful white people, I hope they celebrate their Christmas while the Neely family is praying and asking God for comfort. God damn them and goddamn America.
So there was another one of the leaders that stepped out there that made some comments as well. He called for black vigilantes to step up in response to the acquittal. And then, boys, this happened. New York Police Department started arresting the Black Lives Matter people.
Oh, that's going to cause problems.
Sorry, I didn't realize. So they take some of these BLM people to jail, which you start getting violent, and you want to do a peaceful protest and get out there and say your piece and say your cuss everybody. You can cuss me and cuss everybody. That's your right to do that. All right.
Yeah.
It's your right to cuss me and call me a dog.
Absolutely. You can
It's
say
not
whatever you
morally
want.
right, but you can say whatever you want.
Well, you can say whatever you want. You might not be able to impede the flow of traffic, though. So the I don't know a whole lot about Mr. Jordan Neely's parents, but these, I don't really want to say anything bad about them, but my understanding is that they weren't too great of parents. Like they came out after this happened, and I think I read a story about these two that wasn't too complimentary.
What, the person that died?
No, his parents. I mean, this Jordan Neely was living on the street for a long time.
Is that the person that died, Jordan Neely?
Yeah, Neely's the one that died. Yeah, his parents. And I mean, like, nobody wants to see their obviously kids. Nobody wants their kids to die, but there are some people that are opportunistic, that try to make something out of a situation.
Absolutely.
Blame people.
That's a given. I mean, and that's
blame other people when they have
doing.
culpability.
They're trying to make an opportunity, and they're trying to make money off the situation is all that they're doing. And it's fine. I'm finally glad that the insane people in New York the insane government in New York is finally doing some right things, I think, in my mind. But I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist person, so what do I know? Yeah,
I don't know. Well, I mean, I hope everybody settles down in New York. This was pretty much a clear-cut case of a guy that wasn't trying to harm somebody in the first place, and I think everybody knows that. But the BLM grifters, they want to do their thing. They want to pursue their agenda. Here's the other kind of big case is that The suspect in the fatal shooting of the United Healthcare CEO has been identified as Luigi Mangione. And this guy is shockingly a leftist, but he's also like he used to be an Ivy League guy. I think he was going to school for medical or something like that, but he got injured, and apparently his whole motivation was a family member was getting denied health care of some kind, and he also was having trouble getting his because he was injured and he had injured his back. He was having trouble getting his own insurance to cover whatever his injury. So I guess that was his motivating.
That might explain his
focus.
walk. He did have a slight gait in the video.
Yeah.
An injured back could. Yeah.
Man.
So
I know about an injured back, and I know about pissing off a neurosurgeons about my personal opinions on my injured back. I personally went through it. I know it.
It grieves you, or for sure. When you're in that kind of a pain, like,
dude, my back. I notice when my back is not hurting, and you can ask Ashley. I'll be like, "Hey, I'm not hurting today." I notice when my back's not hurting. I've had my back pain since I was like 13 years old. So,
yeah.
And at 22, I was told by a neurosurgeon I needed to. This is over half my life ago. I was told I needed to have this piece put in my back, in my spine, fused down at the bottom. And so I did research and started doing all this research. And my conspiracy brain, I started watching other things, and it come out. And I actually looked into this, that there is no oversight. There was no oversight committee for how pharmaceutical companies and these manufacturers of these devices, how they donate to doctors and give money to doctors. So what the story was that these companies that make this piece that these doctors insert into your spine, that they were telling these doctors, if you can guarantee us an X amount of these every year per doctor, well, then we're going to give you like a $400,000 bonus or some crap like that. So that's why they're in the freaking 90s, the late 90s and early 2000s, every single back problem we're getting my spine fused and this thing in the spine. That neurosurgeon, Dr. Maxwell, was so pissed off at me. His demeanor towards me completely changed when I told him I did not want this piece, and I absolutely refused, and I wanted to do physical therapy to get my back better. And he finally got me physical therapy. I went 4 days a week at physical therapy, and the traction machine, that medieval pull your spine apart, lay there and pull your spine apart machine, that medieval torture device, that's the greatest machine on the planet.
Hey, let me ask you. So, have you ever done?
It solved my problem.
Have you ever done? Oh, geez, that's the wrong thing.
Hey, don't hit me.
Have you ever done one of those things where it hangs you upside down by your feet?
Yeah.
No.
Inversion table.
An inversion table. Yeah. No.
Would that be helpful?
Maybe.
I had 2 back surgeries, so yeah, I've been through.
You have
all
had
kinds
2?
of fun. Yeah, but no.
That's
they
hear
they
that?
never went fusion.
That's common. To have somebody to say I've had 1 back surgery is uncommon. If you have 1, you normally have 2, because the first one.
So my first one I was 19.
Right.
The second one I was 25.
I'm telling you, that is as a person that's had a bad back my entire life, that is common.
But everything worked. Everything was great after the first surgery. I mean, it fixed the situation. I had jacked up a nerve. That is not your wife.
Redheaded Ryan is right. If you're in Texas and you're not going 85 miles an hour, you better get out of it. You get over to the slow lane. Whatever road you're on, you can get over to the slow lane.
You people in Texas are crazy, though, man.
We got, dude. Big time. We have a long way to drive. Little
It's true.
long way.
Y'all got a long way to go. Y'all can't screw
Yeah,
around. Here in
messing
Kentucky, we
around
just
with
gotta
this.
slow down a little bit.
No,
And our
long
roads
way
are
to
like
go.
this.
Yeah. Our roads were designed by two good old boys that had way too much moonshine and had access to a pencil one night. Swear to God. They started all, it starts with squares and then it's just a freaking
Yeah. So, okay, Luigi, whatever, the CEO killer has been caught. He's gonna get charged. They're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
There's so
I
much
do
business, dude.
like. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I
Oh,
like a good
you're not.
conspiracy.
Where are you at?
Well, just wait. So they arrest him 5 days later.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got
If
the
you
same
point
clothes
out
on.
what I'm
Wait,
thinking of,
wait. He's got the same clothes on. He has his manifesto in his bag. He still has the gun and the silencer. Like, what the heck?
Well,
This
listen,
dude
if you
either
ditch the
mentally
gun,
is
it'll
not
get
right.
found. If you ditch
When
the
they-
silencer, it'll get found. Then
It
they'll
was
have
a
evidence.
ghost gun.
what,
It was a ghost gun.
it was
Doesn't
a
matter if it gets
ghost
found.
gun. The dude had went through all of this stuff. That's exactly what I thought when I heard it on
None
the
of that
news.
makes sense to
And
me.
they were like,
It's a
they
ghost
found
gun.
him with this.
Why didn't
It's a
he
ghost gun.
melt it? Why didn't he throw it in a burning barrel in New York?
Why did they say he bought it illegally in Pennsylvania? They said this,
Why?
and he saw the fake ID on him too. The fake ID that he used by the to check into the hotel. The
I
hostel.
know
That's
because I was sitting there after the
Fake
news was
IDs.
naming all this stuff. They found this on him and this on him and this on him and this on him. And I think I even audibly to myself in the car was like, Jesus Christ, did he have his birth certificate and a picture of his, well, what else did he have on him? This guy planned
tell you
this
what,
whole
he has
freaking
way
thing.
too much
And then
evidence.
he got caught with every single bit of piece of evidence.
At
That to
McDonald's.
me was like a huge something. This is weird. This is the
At
weird
McDonald's.
flag.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
flying the weird
listen.
flag.
and think about
Oh,
the fact that
okay.
you have how many. I mean, there's just a ridiculous number of people who were like praising this guy, and I didn't praise this guy, and I did not praise this guy.
Oh no, it
Um,
was the leftists that
and then
were
you-
It wasn't the
Antifa
leftists.
types.
No, it wasn't. It was everybody.
Everybody was like, there were a
Everybody.
lot of
Both
people who were
sides.
praising this guy. Yeah.
Murder's wrong.
So you have this low end employee at McDonald's who's probably been messed over by healthcare at some point, and they're like, "Oh, dude, here he is. Let's go."
Hold on, stop. If you work at
Maybe they're just
McDonald's
trying
and
to
you
get
complain about
reward.
healthcare, you're literally eating like plastic hamburgers. So like, I don't really want to hear.
So
I mean,
that's
I-
weird. Okay, so let me tell you
But-
this real quick.
Like, it's all really weird. Like,
It is really
Yeah.
weird.
But dude,
weird.
they're not always criminal geniuses. Sometimes they're criminal morons, and this guy might just be a criminal.
did you say he was Ivy League? Did you say he was Ivy League?
Ooh,
Ex-
All right,
Ivy League.
I'm calling BS on all of this. I'm
Wait
sorry.
a minute. Here's
I'm not a
the
conspiracy
thing.
guy, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on. Here's
he
the
doesn't look
thing.
like
on,
he eats at McDonald's.
here's the thing on what we know. He was an Ivy League student, MSE and
Yeah.
BSE in computer science at Penn. All right. He was also his GitHub accounts link to a Facebook account named AppRoar Studios. He often reposted tweets about anxiety. He was his valedictorian at Gilman School in 2016, and there's his whole 8-minute valedictorian speech. There's a copy of his Facebook account, studied at the University of Pennsylvania, and then they've looked into his Goodreads history. They went to his Goodreads account and got his history on there, and
Sure.
his crooked. Outwitting the Back Pain Industry and Getting on the Blah, Blah, Blah by Catherine Jacobson Raymond, and then Back Mechanic by Dr. Stuart McGill. So he was actively looking up back pain stuff. There is the X-ray. He's got an X-ray of his, let me bring this up. This was his header on X before all of his social media was taken down. This was on his account. Oh, hang on. Let me throw it over. So I'm guessing that was the piece that was inserted into his back. And that's
Ouch.
probably the same piece that they wanted to put into my back, because that's the exact spot that my back is.
I got nothing inserted into me.
Nothing, Dave.
I've had nothing inserted into me.
Are you sure?
I mean,
Nothing
I had
going
a
ahead on
cavity
this.
fill.
You know what? You don't have to tell us. Is it me or is it
there was a couple other things on here that was
you're blurry.
Is it me? Am I still choppy? Hello?
Yeah, your
Hello?
video is and audio are out of sync.
All right. Yeah, you're good. We can hear you, but your picture's a little low.
It just sped up.
Latent.
You can hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're just
Well,
out
there
of
was just
sync.
a couple more things I wanted to point out here.
Yeah. Go ahead. You
Okay.
cleared up. You're better.
All right. Okay.
Wait.
In an Amazon review of God, I'm going to choke all of you. I'm going to choke all of you.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, seriously. All right. Are you going to shut up? I just wanted to point this out. All right. Since we're talking about this guy, ass muncher. In an Amazon review, I'm sorry. Sometimes I say what I think. That's my bad. In an Amazon review of Unabomber Kaczynski Manifesto, he highlighted some stuff on there that he quotes are interesting that Kaczynski did. Kaczynski was like violence is necessary and stuff like that. And then the other thing, his last quote that he liked on Goodreads was a quote by Dr. Seuss and the Lorax. Come from the Lorax, Dr. Seuss. This is the last quote he liked on Goodreads. It says, "Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not."
So Deacon and I were talking about Dr. Seuss stuff yesterday. Remember? I thought that's why you brought that up.
Oh, no, but I can. You want me to? You want me to read it?
Oh, hold on. You're going to have to wait for fun stuff because we got one more stupid story.
Okay.
Ryan Routh, the the second attempted assassin of Donald Trump, has
Remember that guy?
Yeah. Requested a trial delay to December 2025. He's requested an extension before his trial due to, quote, extraordinary volume of evidence after his arrest for the Trump assassination attempt. There is so much evidence that his defense team is like, we need some more time here to kind of go through this and see if we can account for what's going on here. Ryan, let me pull it up so you guys can see his pretty face, his pretty mug here. Here you go. Remember this guy, this wacko,
Tommy Lee? Yeah, I remember him.
He's charged with attempting to assassinate Trump for the second time. He's requested a continuation of his trial be delayed until December 2025. Quote, discovery delays and extraordinary volume of discovery have made the current trial schedule incompatible with Mr. Routh's due process rights. The court document filed on Sunday read, stating that the first discovery production from the government only became accessible to Routh counsel on November 19th, with two other productions following, a large portion of which will become available over the weekend. The government also intends to produce significant additional discovery on 2 1 terabyte hard drives provided by the defense, and they have advised their discovery is ongoing. So the prosecution has so much stuff on this guy that they have to release it in batches as they kind of comb through it, and then they're like, okay, this is what we were able to do, and they'll hand it to defense. And they have so much. They have 2 more batches to do, but they gave him the first batch already, and he's like, there's so much stuff here, we're gonna need more time. So look, we all know how this is gonna go, Routh. You're gonna be in jail forever.
Show the picture of him again.
Sure.
They're gonna do a side by side with Tommy Lee.
Hold on. Let me move my mouse another 7 times. Yeah, there you go. This guy. And that's not just like a weird color hair. This, mid 50s, early 60s year old dude has bleached half of his hair and dyed half of his hair, like down the center.
Oh, come on. No, I don't want to register with your Spanish. I don't even know what that says. I just want to see
He's
the
trying to
picture.
do a
All right,
joke.
so
He's
look,
trying to do a
here's
joke.
yeah, I want to show Tommy Lee over here on the side. You see him?
Yeah. Here, let me take our comments down. We appreciate you guys being here. Redhead Ryan, thanks for hanging out with us, by the way.
There we go.
Studio. Take the chat
Okay.
out. Yeah. All right. So that's
Tommy Lee.
we got isn't that great? We got like a theme of legal stories today. It's fascinating.
Yay!
I've got one here for you. If you guys had to choose the person of the year and you were in charge of Time Magazine,
Please don't tell me Haktua. Anything else?
I'm surprised she's not on this list, dude. I'm really surprised.
Hey, hold on. You brought her up.
I don't even know what her
That
name is.
that stupid woman's gonna get like charged with like securities fraud.
For her,
she is.
For her cryptocurrency.
Those people were
Yes. Yeah. So she says some dumb shit on the internet, and everybody's like, "Ha, that's funny." So she parlays that into a podcast and a bunch of media appearances, and then some skis comes up there and is like, "Hey, we can sell the Haktua coin or whatever," and she's like, "Okay." But instead, it was just a big old money grab, and the value of it immediately crashed to the floor. And
wait a minute, you mean the Haktua cryptocurrency is not going to be worth anything?
Dang it! And I bought
so much of it. So the Time Magazine is considering some persons of the year. Their person of the year. All right. Time's list include Vice President Kamala Harris.
Hold on, wait.
Oh.
God. I thought I'd never get to use that again.
Kate Middleton, Joe Rogan, some person I've never heard of, Benjamin Nitten, who cares?
Yeah,
another person I've never heard of, Mark Zuckerberg.
I've heard of
maybe
them.
I know who these people are.
Okay, Yulia Navalnaya. Okay, Jerome Powell.
No, I don't know.
Nope.
Okay, Claudia Scheinbaum. Yeah, see. What about Mark Zuckerberg? You know that guy?
Yeah.
He's one of the considerees. And then the final two they really haven't done much. Elon Musk and Donald Trump. So honestly, I'm surprised those two are even on the list.
You're surprised Elon Musk is on the list?
There have been people that have won that were like horrible people, and they won because they were the
like
person
Hitler.
of the year, not right.
Hitler's been on, I think Saddam Hussein was it like one time, I think at one time.
I understand the concept, but this is almost like a badge of honor now. Over the years, this has become a badge of honor to be Time's Person of the Year.
So,
1938, Hitler won Man of the Year.
I don't. Yeah, I told you, Hitler was.
I was trying to think if he actually did or just.
I honestly don't see how it could be anybody except Trump. Even Elon can't really top Trump. I'm sorry, and Elon has done like amazing things, but somehow the campaign that Trump was able to run and the way he pulled all of these people together. Tell me it's not Kamala Harris. No, you know what? Time Magazine, please make it Kamala Harris. Maybe Nancy Pelosi.
Dave, we need some marching bells
for
our bands. Sounds so good marching down the parade. You got the
who is it?
Ding 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 ding.
Who's the Time
like
Person of the Year? Don't tease me.
They haven't chose yet. They're just naming nominees.
Do we get to vote?
Those are all the
Do we
nominees.
get to vote?
I don't. Do you care? Do you care who Times? Do you lose sleep over wondering who Times Person of the Year is?
I have purchased the Time magazine before.
Person of the Year.
I have never purchased a Time magazine. Yeah, who was last year's Person of the Year, JJ? No. Eye contact with us.
Exactly. Name one person other than Hitler that was
Name one person other than Hitler that's been Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
Was it Joe Biden? It was Joe Biden.
I'm sure you could throw a dart and hit the board.
Yeah, I don't know. And the last time I bought a Time magazine was in the 1900s.
No, wait, I'm even going to challenge you on that. I don't think you've ever bought a Time magazine. I think you've only looked at it maybe inside a doctor's office.
Damn it!
Office. because the highlight, you didn't want to pick up the highlights book because it made you look like a kid, even though you wanted to try to do the same.
I bought it right after September 11th. When they first published
all right,
it
well,
September 11th, because it was tribute to September 11th. I bought all that stuff, and it's
I've read a Time magazine. Hey, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go with that. That's a good one.
I mean,
why do I not see that in the chat?
We have the most genius viewers.
I'm telling you.
Maybe it could be Internet Dad Show for People of the Year.
I like that.
Well, that's a really nice nomination, Dave. You know what would be really helpful would be if you shared our show on Facebook or Twitter or something.
Why would we do that?
I got 4 more years before I do that.
More viewers.
We take the show.
We have got over 400 episodes of us talking and stuff, and zero effort of trying to promote the show.
It's a conversation. If you want to watch
invited
Blair crap, it's everywhere else. We're having a real conversation between real people. This is I always envisioned us sitting at the Liars table at a small diner. We're just in Texas and across Kentucky. We can't do that every morning, but we can here. I have one more story for you.
Right.
If Kamala Harris didn't almost being Times Person of the Year, possibly didn't scare you, this should possibly scare you.
Tim Walz? No.
What happened to Tim Walz? I don't care. China's got a apocalyptic robot factory. Hang on, let me bring up this.
It's their new Apple store. They make all the Apple products.
Let me turn this crap down a little bit.
Why do those robots walk like they got bamboo up their butt?
They don't have butts.
They don't have butts.
No, but that's
look at that! They got dogs. They got dogs.
Okay, I've never seen that. I've never seen a robot dude walking around with a robot dog.
Never watched the Jetsons.
That's pretty good, Dave. So this factory it doesn't have very many of these, and it's not like a whole factory that has this, but this is one portion of the factory that they're experimenting this with.
There's a balance to it. That's where you get that waddle. Like the head doesn't move, but everything else moves. Like the center point of the head is.
They said in this article. They said in this article that these robots are that they're with these. They've got these specific tasks and stuff, but they have all this other that they're supposed to do, and that they start working in collaboration with each other. Oh, sorry. That they've started working in collaboration with each other.
So, from a design perspective, they have a stiff torso. They have a stiff torso with a rotation joint at the waist, but it doesn't have any flex. So when you leave balance to move your foot forward, the whole body kind of has to toddle instead of if it had like a hip or a spine, that could flex a little bit. Then the hips
going to get broke.
I
You're
mean,
gonna have
they're
to do repairs
already
on it if you have
JJ.
a
Look,
spine.
they're
Back
already
surgery.
working.
And
They're
then there's gonna
already
be like
working.
Guys
this
take
is
turns
important.
with
There's
these
gonna be a repair center
I know.
that's gonna deny claims to repair the injuries to these robots, and then the robots are gonna arm their dogs. And never mind.
You're right. But those robots are already working as fast as the average 19-year-old.
You say werebots?
Oh my god!
What did you say?
I'm putting
heard
werebots
werebots.
into my
Write that
story
down.
pitch.
Yeah,
I think that was,
But I
yeah.
heard werebots.
It
What
goes
did you
into-
say?
No, me and
I'm-
JJ had a conversation yesterday that you're adding to right now.
Yeah.
Okay, but I heard
I'm-
werebots, which sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But what did you say?
I think I said their bots.
Their bots. Werebots. Their bots.
I'm adding. I've got AI zombies. I'm gonna
Cable-
work werebots into
Cable
this
is a
thing somehow.
werebot. Cable is a werebot. From Marvel.
There's already werebots out there. We had that on the show where they did that with
Cyborg.
the mushrooms. They gave mushrooms the robotic legs, and then they
Oh, that's right. They moved.
They have the organic brain cells that they have. You know,
That's the cyborg though.
They have brain cells. Okay, JJ's not going to believe this, but there's actually a website for it. I'll have to show him the website. They have brain cells, organic brain cells that they have integrated with AI and technology and stuff. And they have space on these organic servers that you can buy to do your stuff with on this site.
We covered this story before. We covered
Oh,
this
okay.
story where they were making computers based on brain cells, and
Mhm.
they
I
can only
think I
last
remember.
like they would only last a short amount of time. But yeah, werebots, dude, that's not a bad idea. That's a different pitch, though. It might be a different pitch.
Werebots.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
I mean,
We're
the
very
Terminator's
liking.
kind of a werebot, isn't it? Like it's a person
No.
that turns into a robot.
No, it's a robot.
Tearing
No.
its skin
No.
off.
A werebot's got
really?
to be a person who is infected by a robot, and they start to become robot-ish.
I don't know, because they're like in the Howling is a person that tears its skin off and becomes a werewolf. So I think in that regard, like Terminator is like a werebot.
But he's always a robot. Like the werewolf in the Howling is not always a
Yeah.
werewolf.
So Dave, you weren't here yesterday, and Dick and I were
No.
talking, I don't know, story stuff was it after the show? I think it was after the show. And I think we both realized that that Predator is the retelling of Beowulf.
Beowulf.
I'd go with that.
We'd never realized that before, and we were talking about Beowulf and the 13th Warrior, and we started talking
Yeah.
about Predator, and I was
Good
like,
job.
Yeah.
is Predator a retelling of Beowulf that we've never noticed before? And it really
Yeah.
kind of is.
I don't
And
know
so
if
is
it's-
Aliens.
And so is
I don't know if it
Alien.
would be Beowulf or if it would be Grendel. The
Well, the
Grendel
story of
is more,
Beowulf.
which is all right. So Beowulf is the hero. Grendel
Right. So
is
Arnold
the
Schwarzenegger is Beowulf.
child. Right. Grendel is the child of the monster that he slays in the Epic of Beowulf. Right.
Right.
Yes.
Grendel was written several years. Like I don't know when Grendel was written. Grendel was just written
No,
like in the
Beowulf.
last.
Oh,
No. There is
Oh,
a
you mean-
book called Grendel.
Oh,
you talking about the comic book?
No,
no,
I'm
there
talking
was a
about
book called
I had to
Grendel.
read it.
I had it years ago, but no.
I feel like Grendel's more akin to Alien and Predator.
Well, Aliens for sure is Beowulf. She arrives at the colony and it's being
Yes.
tore up, and she goes and kills a bunch of aliens, and then which are the Grendel, and then fights the Queen Mother, which is
I'm
No,
down for
it's-
it. I'm down for it.
Yeah, so we were just talking about the storyline of Predator, and it was like,
yeah.
they go to this, it's a small group of people that go to this place for a mission, and then they find this thing is completely tearing up everything and killing everybody and picking off everybody one by one. And I was like, is this kind of a retelling of Beowulf, sort of?
Yeah.
Did you all see the movie The 13th Warrior?
Yeah.
Yes. We were talking about that yesterday, dude.
Like, man, that was such a
The
great
book, I love the book, Eaters of the Flesh, or The 13th Warrior is renamed. I thought that had one of the coolest ways to handle foreign language. Beowulf is the oldest English literature that we have. That's a fun fact for you. It's the oldest piece of English literature. 100% accurate there.
Oh, cool.
It's the very first piece of English literature is the story of this Arab wrote down that he learned. Anyway, so yeah, they go from language you don't understand and just like blurs into English.
Oh yeah,
after he spent so much time. I thought that was the coolest way to do it ever. But I love that book. I need to rewatch that movie too.
In a Tom Cruise movie called Valkyrie too. In Valkyrie, there's a scene where they were reading these I think letters in German, and it starts off in German, and then it very like subtly switch over to English with a German accent, and then he's in English, and it was a great way to transition the audience from like, oh, this is in Germany, to like, here you can understand what they're saying, but it brought you there really cleverly. Deacon, you have to watch Tomorrow Never Dies. Is it Tomorrow Never Dies? Die Another Day. What is it? Die? No, it's not
Valkyrie?
Die Another Day.
No,
it's
Valkyrie?
the Tom Cruise movie. No.
Valkyrie?
No. He should watch Valkyrie.
No thing.
That was the Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, but there's another Tom Cruise movie that's about time travel.
The only Tom Cruise movie that I would reconsider watching again is Legend.
And he hates that
you're
movie.
missing out.
Tom Cruise hates that movie.
right.
Enjoyed it. It was fun.
I got a
Curry.
conference call, so we're gonna have to jump off here. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's do jokes real quick.
All
I'm gonna
right.
keep on with my Christmas jokes.
Then you start with your nice Christmas joke, because I have
All right.
I have one that the kids will have to tune out for.
All right. So, what is a vegan's favorite Christmas song?
I don't know.
Joy to the world.
Oh my god.
Sir, no, sir!
You go, JJ. I'm gonna
I never read the label, so it's always a surprise to me what the reaction you get. Dad died because he couldn't remember his blood type.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget his last words. Be positive.
I thought you were going to do a Christmas joke today.
You told me not to yesterday. Oh wait, you said to do Christmas jokes today, didn't you?
Not a more holiday season. Man, those are some clues.
They hate you. They hated that one.
I know. It's always like this.
Are you looking up a Christmas joke?
No, I wouldn't be doing that right now on the show. It's not professional.
If you are, I'm going to wait to tell mine. Do you have another one, Dave?
I do. What do you call an old snowman?
A glass of water.
Water.
Puddle of water.
Hey, why did the Christmas tree go to the barber?
Why?
Because it needed a trim for the holiday season.
Oh, it's terrible. We got to help him. We got to help him.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, no!
Get ready.
Yeah.
You people that stayed till the end, you get the treat today.
Oh dear. Okay, kids have to leave now.
If you have a snowball in your left hand and a snowball in your right hand, what do you have?
No. Nope. I don't even want to go there because I know where you're gonna go. There's something else is in your face.
Frosty's full attention.
All right.
It's so
That's
wrong.
enough for today. We'll be back tomorrow.
I love you.
All right.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter